Okay, guys, we're going to look at Ask Scruff. Now, this particular question, it's kind of open to interpretation, shall we say. Let me show you. So if I flick it over, you come into the Discord, you go to a section called Trader Clinic and Ask Scruff. And this is where primarily I spend my time. And it's for Jay. Little salute to you, kid. Hey Scruff, hope you had a good weekend. I had a great weekend. Well, I didn't really, because Winky spent a fortune. Story on that another day. But Pound USD, Euro USD have moved further than their ATR. I know I should trade what I see, but am I okay with missing a trade and sitting on my hands? Yes, but we'll come to that. And do you have an unwritten rule about longing, shorting continuations past ATR? Is it seen more risky? And are you continue the move? Or is it deemed trend of the day, it should be ignored? Okay. So the first part of it is it okay to miss a trade? Definitely. My rule on that is very simple. If I don't understand it, I stay out of it. Period. And that's kind of the rule that I have for news trading as well. I don't understand the news. I'm not an economist, but I'm very good at being a chartist. I can understand what the chart's trying to achieve, but if something is unnatural coming in, like a news announcement, unless I was in the room when that decision was being made, I haven't got a clue what's going to happen on that chart. And anybody looking at the charts trying to predict is really taking a punt. So I trade the aftermath rather than the news. So in answer to that question, that's why I was saying it's open to subject and sort of different things like that. Because when something's subjective, my opinion and your opinion can be different, but both right at the same time. It's kind of open to interpretation. But my view of it is very simple. Don't understand it, stay out of it. Now, the next part of it is, now if a market is running to its full ATR, now I'm assuming you're talking about a daily ATR, because that's the only ATR I'm interested in. I can work out how far a market's going to move based on that. But what you got to remember is an ATR is exactly what it says it is. It's an average of the range. And it's normally across 14 days. So it can be above the average, it can be below the average, but it's giving you a good guide as to what's going on. Now, if it's breaking said ATR, I need to know whether it's breaking because it was in line with a trend. If it's in line with a trend, I'd have a chance to follow it, but I'd be very careful with it. Now, if it had just gone up in a straight line, well, that's perfect criteria for a Kylie, and then you can catch the fade or retracement coming back. But the way that I do it is very simple. I work hour to hour. I always work hour to hour. All right. So I look to see what it can feasibly do in the next coming hour. Now, if it's broke the ATR and I can see strength in the market, and you know how we work out strength, then if that strength is still there and it's backed up with a bit of momentum where it hasn't showed any sign of relaxing, then I'll take it into the next level or the next stall point. But I wouldn't be looking to continue it past that point, because if it has pushed through, there's a good chance it might be coming to rotation. And if it's at rotation, then you're finished, because you'll definitely be getting in at the top of the market and it'll scream back on itself. But if the pressure's still there, how many times have you looked at a market and thought, this can't go any higher? Surely can't go any higher. And then off it goes and goes another 50, 60 pips. Does it all the time. So in that sense, it genuinely is trade what you see, not what you think. But the rule is just be careful with it. I will target into the first stall point it's coming to, and if I think there's meat in the bones, I'll take the trade. But if it's going against me, it can go all the way back to the other swing point. I have to ask the question, and this is where the madness calculator comes in and all these different other bits and pieces. Is it worth it? And that's it, kid. So I hope that helps. We'll touch on it more in the the live calls. But just keep them coming, and I'll keep answering as best I can. Catch you soon.